Building relationships with students is probably one of the most important and misunderstood aspects of teaching. I feel like, so first off, if a student doesn't feel like you care about them as a person or that you respect them as a person, they're not going to learn from you because they're going to walk into that classroom expecting a battle. Just like how you walk into the classroom expecting a battle when there's that one student or that group of students that you don't get along with. It's just stressful. You walk in and nobody's happy, including the student. So building a positive relationship with your class is really for your own sanity. I think my third year at Jefferson, I had a class that was horrible. I just like it had just devolved into total chaos. And so what I did was I said, you know what, this is making my life stressful. I should work on trying to build up this positive relationship with this class so that my life, isn't this terrible all the time.
Think necessarily my management was ever that great. It took me a while to get the systems down. I really relied heavily on relationships. Beyond classroom management systems, kids needed to see me as a human who's working every day on their behalf, and will have their back when it matters, and that I'm going to make it safe for them to be themselves. So it was important that they see me as a coach and mentor and a experienced but still constantly struggling person who's going to do the work alongside them. That's kind of what relationship building meant to me and how it helped. I kind of see relationship building as playing the long game. Like the management systems have to be in place, but it's those relationships over the long term that allow you to lead students rather than to control students.
I was willing to work hard, and since mostly their classes were like interesting for me, and also um, they show respect and I show them respect, and they make me feel like if they care for me and they are willing to me to pass their class, and also they are willing to see me in a good position. They make me feel, well, like I said, they make me feel like smart because they give everybody like well, the teachers, certain teachers give everybody like a turn to speak. They don't just make like everything about them. Some teachers, when I get off track, they'll like kind of get mad at me, but then like a certain teacher, he like tells me after like, well, we could have both done to make the situation better, and then so it makes me feel like to not end things in bad terms.
And they weren't they 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 pushed me to do stuff, and they technically never let me give up even though I didn't get stuff. They'll they kept on explaining and explaining to me until I got it right.
They make me feel special. They make me feel like if I could tell them anything, like what's going on. Also, they make me feel like they make me feel important.
Excellent.
I know that they actually care for me and they like want me to succeed.
Do because if they didn't care about me, they wouldn't push me like they did. They wouldn't they would have had let me give up if they didn't care about me.
It's very important that kids see your human side when you're in that process, making sure they know that you're a real person, and just having them get to know your interests, and you take that time to get to know their personal interests as well. Um, but definitely in that process, you'll still probably be having to discipline that student, unfortunately, or other students, and it's important to, when that happens, just frame everything in a positive way. Make sure that they understand that every action you're taking is in their best interest, and you're doing whatever discipline you have to because you know they can do better.
The main thing for me, at least, if I screwed up, was being honest about it. Whether it meant going in front of the class or pulling and having a conversation with a kid and just owning it. And asking them to understand how I saw things from my perspective, and me trying to understand from their perspective, and if there were changes that I was going to make them, and explain what I was changing and why, as well as if I wasn't changing something, to explain why not. I know for me, it kind of takes people a while to get me, and so it was very important for me for them to see me as a human outside of class. I got very involved, whether it was coaching running or playing in the student versus teacher sports events, or just showing up at school events. Showing up means a lot. They see that you're there for them, and it's an opportunity every single time for you to kind of step outside of your professional role as teacher, and for them to see you as a real person, and that you care.
When you come into conflict with a student, is just think about how, so imagine this. Have you ever been in that situation where you're like driving to work, you're having kind of like a rough day, and then you get pulled over, and it was like you were speeding, you crossed a double yellow, or you ran a red light, and you're like, I know I messed up, I'm just having a really bad day, and the cop pulls you over, the cop comes up to your window, and he's a total jerk. You've all had that experience. You all know what I'm talking about. You're like, man, seriously, dude, I just need like a little compassion here. I'm having a rough day. You're just adding to more of my stress. I feel like you all know what that feels like, and I think that we're the cop for students. So when a student gets in trouble in your class, they know they did it. They know they did something wrong. Even if you have to go through and give them the demerit or give them some sort of consequence, it's the way in which you do it. Like, are you that cop who comes up to the window and says, you totally know what you did back there, you're a danger to everybody else, take out your driver's license, you know what, I'm gonna have to write you up, are you back talking to me? Like, do you want that, or do you want the kind of cop that goes, I know, like, I understand that you're having a rough day, I'm really sorry, but what you did was dangerous and I have to give you the ticket? Like, there's a difference between those two things.
I hope that helps. Kyrie, say bye. Kyrie? There you go. All right. Have a good day.
I'm on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. AdamTheMilkshakeDavis.com. And have a great day.
Anyways, I hope that this helps you guys. I miss you guys. Peace out. Till next time, Bulldogs. Hoof, hoof.